Welcome back to episode 6. Just wanted to give you guys an update. It's been about 30 days since I've done my last video and had a lot of changes. So first thing I wanted to talk about is the rocks. So I've had these rocks in here for about, I don't know, maybe 45 days to 2 months. And so far they've been really good. I would say the only kind of complaint that I would have, it's not really a complaint because it's sort of to be expected when you get live rock in the ocean, is that you're going to have a lot of different creatures on there. So some good, some bad. I've had various urchins in there. I don't even really know the names of all the urchins, but I know that there are at least 2 pencil urchins in there and 2 other types of urchins that I really have no idea what the names of those are. So, so we've got a few different varieties of urchins that were on there, a couple varieties of sea slugs. There was at least 2 different types of crabs. The one type of crab is basically an emerald crab, but they're red. And kind of a crazy story with those is when I first got the rock, I really didn't see any of these crabs. But they must have been really, really tiny or something like that, because after about 30 days, I started noticing them, and maybe 35 days into it, there was probably 20 of these things in there. And I started noticing that some of my corals were receding and just not looking good. I'm thinking it's my water parameters, this and that. And then I started looking real closely, and some of them were actually eating the coral. So it's kind of crazy. Now, I wouldn't say like directly eating the whole coral, but they would kind of nip at it and just cause it to retract. It's not like they just demolished the whole coral and ate it, but they were kind of just really more bothering the coral. So I've been, needless to say, trying to get these crabs out. I just want to get their numbers down, to a safe number where, they're not just destroying everything and looking for any and every kind of food because they've ran out of what they're normally eating, which is algae. So I did make a trap, and it was fairly successful. I just took a water bottle, just a standard, drinking bottle, and I cut the top part of the lid, inverted it, and stuck a rock and some food in there, put it on the bottom. And I've been catching about one crab a day using that method. And so I've got about 7 or 8 of them out. So I want to get them down to maybe like, 2 or 3 or maybe 4 crabs total. So there was that, which was kind of a nuisance. And then there was some weird worms. They almost looked like bristle worms that were, trying to nip at the coral, eat the coral, and I just kind of plucked those off. And that was pretty simple because you could just take some tweezers and pluck those out. And then, but yeah, I don't want to discourage anyone from these rocks because they're really awesome. They just come with so much life. And it really, really is amazing. And I wouldn't take it back. But you just have to be mindful that, look, there's going to be, in fact, right now, there's a crab eating at the base of that coral right there. I don't know if it's coming up on camera very good there, but yeah, he just kind of nipped at it, and now he's moving on. So it's not, they kind of just bother the coral a little bit. So anyway, there was a lot of different life on there, which in my opinion is worth it because, it's kind of exciting. Every day you look at the rock and you're seeing something new. There's feather dusters. There's just so many different things on the rock that just kind of make it exciting. So a lot of my LPS, if you noticed, I've took pretty much all my LPS out because I think the crabs were bothering them, and I just gave those to a friend. And I'm pretty much going to go pretty much full SPS, maybe do some Favias and Blastos. things like that. But I'm gonna try to go full SPS on this primarily. So yeah, so the rocks really awesome. I would definitely do it again. You just have to be mindful of the different kinds of animals that could bother your coral. Moving on to the sand, the Tampa Bay live sand. If you notice there, it's not Tampa Bay live sand, but what I did is I actually put a coarser grain sand on the top. And what that does is it keeps the fine grain sands in check. So, this is a SPS dominated tank, or at least that's what I'm going towards here. Most of my frags are SPS at this point. So we have pretty high flow in the tank, and the Tampa Bay live sand is awesome, but I will say that it has some really fine grains in it. And with high flow, they become suspended in the water column, and it just didn't look very good. That's why if you notice, or you may not notice because I don't think it's in the frame, but I do have a hang-on filter on the right side. Yeah, I don't think you can see it on the frame, but there is one there, and I'm using that to get the little fine grains of sand out of the water column, and that keeps it in check pretty good. But I did add this rock just a couple days ago, and but so far I haven't had any of that stirring up of the fine grained sand. So yeah, all in all, I would say the rock and the sand I would definitely do again, especially now that I have kind of an understanding of how to trap these crabs if it comes too many. And also with the sand, I think in the future, if I ever do a rebuild or a new tank, I'm going to do it just like this. I'm basically going to put that live sand as a base and then put the larger grain rocks over the top. And then that way you kind of get the benefits of all the life that comes with the Tampa Bay live sand, but you have the larger grains that will keep that sediment or the fine grains from getting in the water column. I don't think it's really a problem if you're running, lower flow, like let's say a LPS or softy tank. I think if you keep the flow down, it's really not a problem. But as soon as you get really high flow, you're going to see bare spots, and you're going to see the sediment in the water. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to do an update of that. I don't know if you can see that, but I have a damsel chasing the crab. That is hilarious. I hope that was visible. It's under blue light now, so you can't really see too clearly the fish. But that was funny. I've never seen that. The blue damsel was actually chasing the crab. They're becoming really not aggressive, but they're nesting right now. I guess I have a male and a female because the one is building a little nest under the rock, and if anything comes near it, it chases it out, including that crab. So that was pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, so I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update of the live rock and the live sand, and then after this one I'm going to do another update pretty quickly, talking about the new coral additions and just kind of getting started on that, because I'm going to do periodic coral updates showing videos of the individual corals and monitoring that over time. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little update, and I'll hit you up with that coral update, and I'll do some water parameters and things like that so you guys can see what I'm doing with my water parameters. So without further ado, I will see you guys on the next one, and hope you enjoyed. Thank you.